Hello, welcome to the stream. How are we doing? Who we got in the chat? Let's go. You should use lineup builder for lineups. Not gonna lie, very entertaining charity match. I'm doing a David Silva watch along. Oh, cool. When's that? Is that now? What? David Silva's playing football. Oh, is he playing in that charity match? Is it? Oh, well, big ups to David. Oh, that's big. That's big. Is Doc's back? Yeah, I believe so. And I've put him in my 11 this week. But yeah, let's actually just jump straight into that. But welcome to the chat, RTD edits. Thank you for tuning in. And big ups to you, Tarsif Hussein. And big ups to this is City. So, Edison between the sticks for me. You know, I know we had a bad moment against Madrid, but I don't know. Something about Ortega worries me. I don't know. I feel like Ortega's good in like one-off games, but no, giving him like a whole run of games, it just don't sit right with me. I don't know why. Simple as, to be honest, don't sit right with me. But Ortega is a great goalkeeper, especially for backup. Just doing a watch along. Says Ortega. Says Ortega. Says this is Sissy. All right, mate. Big ups. Enjoy your watch along. I'll try tune in at one point. Now then, I'm just making sure everything's still going ahead. But yes, okay. So, we'll be going live on Alpha Varka's channel later tonight, by the way. If you want to tune into that would mean a lot. Just even pop in, say hello, and that's all you have to do. That'd be great. David Silva, man of the match so far, better than Kova Gundo. Bernardo, I'm serious. Full send Doku. Yeah, I think we just got to give Doku a go at this point. Yeah, he has not long come back from injury, but he was training ahead of Madrid, so hopefully he's fit for here. Yeah, Edison in goal though. Right back Husanov. Now then, I've left John Stones out because I don't want to risk him. To be honest, I don't want to risk John Stones' injury. He's been back a couple games now, and if we can not risk him this game, or if we do risk him, give him like the last 20 minutes or something, so that when Real Madrid rocks around, he's all right. And plus, I know John Stones is experienced. Can he probably slip at the right back? Any news on Bob? Well, we know he had an injury setback not long ago, so that's kept him out even longer, sadly. Which just isn't helping him. First something to do with the ankle. First it was his leg, and now he's hurt his ankle. The issue isn't serious, is all that we know. Hopefully he's back to training now or back to training soon. Yeah, but Kusanov, I want to trial him at right back because I feel like trial him now and it goes well. Then we have an option for Madrid, if it goes well. You just got to give it a go at this point. Because you play Mateus Nunes on Anthony Gordon stinks. And that we don't really have anyone else, unless you want to play Vital Hayes there. Centre-back pairing of Ake and Diaz is crucial that both these guys stay fit, to be honest. We absolutely need them. They're really solid at the back. And look, Newcastle, very good team. Isak, we're all aware of his threats. So we've got to be wary of Isak, and hopefully these guys can stay tight on him, to be honest. Hopefully. Josko Vardiol, look, he's been arguably one of our best players this season, to be honest. I think he's been relatively consistent for most of it. Had a couple errors here and there. The most recent one being the PSG game where it bounced off his shoulder, and I think Goncalo Ramos runs in 1-on-1. But he's had one or two of those moments, but I don't think he's had anywhere near as many as certain other players. So I wouldn't mind a bit of Vital Hayes. I mean, we can go for that. You could slip him in at centre back. You could even start him at right back over Kusanov. I would personally play Kusanov there because it trials him ahead of Real Madrid, and Real Madrid are a good side. A good side. Over-tiring Josko is stupid. He made you a Rodri. You see, I would play Ake at the left back, but then you've got to play Vital Hayes or John Stones, and I'm not against that. But, well, I am against playing John Stones, but I don't think Pep is going to risk Vital Hayes and Kusanov in one game. To be honest, I think it'll be one or the other if he's going to start them, if I'm being honest with you. But, yeah, I mean, I do agree. We've got to be careful with Vardiol. He's played so many minutes this season. Don't think he's picked up an injury, touch wood, this season. And, at the rate he's going, he could very well pick up an injury that keeps him out for a while. We've got to watch it. We've got to absolutely watch it. Yeah, he's probably played some of the most minutes in the squad this season. Similar to, what's his name? Similar to Haaland, I reckon. He's played almost 3,000 minutes. Crazy work. 2,000 in the Prem. I want Robinson from Fulham. He's decent. I just don't know if it's mid-table gross or not. I know Fulham are quite high in the league. What are they? The top 10, aren't they? Yeah, they're 9th. So Robinson's solid, and I think it would serve as good rotation possibly for Vardiol. But I want to see more options too. I don't want us to just see Robinson and go for it. Starting Gundo is very questionable. I will get into that. Yeah. Vardiol, like I mentioned, one of our best this season. Hopefully he just stays fit. Into the pivot now, Kova and Gundo. Look, I can barely think. Yeah, someone of his age. Robinson's not like super young. To be fair to him, I think he's like 27. And don't get me wrong, that's not like super old, but he's 27, 28 at the start of next season. So I think we should be thinking a little bit more long term. No doubt he's having a great season with Fulham. I think he's got 10 assists for Fulham this season, I believe, in the Prem. So that is pretty good, especially for a fullback. More assists than anyone, I believe, in the fullback area. So he's having a great season. But yeah, I just think the money. I don't think Fulham want to lose him. And if team goes in for him, then fair enough. But yeah, we'll see. I just don't think City will pay 60 mil for a 28-year-old or a turning 28-year-old. But yeah, Gundo and Kova in the pivot. I've gone for Kova because I think. Look, I'll be honest, our pivot options aren't great. Why Savinho on the left? I think that's where it's best. I'm not going to lie. I know Doku, they can both play on both sides. I think Savinho plays best off the left, It's where he got his first goal. It's where he whips in beautiful crosses. And I don't know, I just think he cooks there. Now then, I do think that it could very well be reversed because Doku does tend to take the left side, and we've seen those two play on the same pitch, and Savinho takes the right side. So I do think that there is a good possibility that Doku's on the left and Savinho's on the right. But I think Savinho's been brilliant this season. I think Doku can do the right side, so I wouldn't mind seeing. I wouldn't mind just testing that out, to be honest. But yeah, see, I would put Nico Gonzalez in our pivot, but Pepper said that he's not fully fit. Against Real Madrid, he still had little problems. Sorry. So I just saw big breaking news on Twitter. I have been hearing rumours pop up. I would like to see that. But yeah, Gonzalez, there was a quote. I'm going to try to find it from Pep. Going to try to see. Nico Gonzalez. Aha. Nico Gonzalez remains a doubt for City versus Newcastle. Difficult start. He was injured. A difficult start is when it wasn't a difficult start. He was just injured. A difficult start is when you play bad, and that was not the case versus Leyton Orient. But of course, it was a setback. He had a little pain, and for Real Madrid, he was not fully fit. Day by day, he's getting better. We will assess in a few hours. So hopefully he's fine. And if he's fine, for me, he starts. But just no confirmation. Daniel Sison, I saw you comment on one of my videos. You want me to roll up my sleeves? I mean, there. I mean, I'll do a stream like this if you want. It's not too cold, so. Current free agents who Arsenal could sign right now, their injury crisis. Carlos Vela, Diego Costa, Maxi Gomez, Mariano Diaz, and Lucas Perez. Yeah, right hand side though, Jeremy Doku. I've seen him play a couple of times, and at Rennes is actually where he played the most. The club he was at before he joined City. So he was at Rennes for a lot of. This isn't comfy. He was at Rennes for a lot of his career, obviously. It's where he kind of burst onto the scene, was good at Anderlecht, Rennes swooped him up, and then he had a couple good seasons there, and then he joined us. Double Nico pivot versus Plymouth, that'd be scenes. Yeah, but Doku, I think he can do a job on the right. And who's Newcastle's left back? Lewis Hall. Lewis Hall's pretty good. He's been having a good season, so it's not an easy battle for Doku, but we'll see how he does. Left wing, Savinho. I think his best performances have come on this side, to be fair to him. I think he plays pretty well on the left side, Savinho. But yeah, Savinho, his crosses, when they're bang on, they're really good. And we've seen it a few times this season. Like, some of his balls into the box just been really good. He seems to be got a nick for it. His little dink into Haaland against Arsenal, that brilliant ball, I think, against West Ham, or was it Leicester? It was one of them. But it was a great ball to him on the back pair. Would you rest Haaland for Madrid? No. We got to play. We've got to try and play our toppest of players. Newcastle are a very good side, especially at the moment. They're in form. They're in form at the moment. Well, they got 2 losses in their last 3, to be fair. But there's that man, and Alexander Isak. And at the end of the day, if you give him a chance, he's probably going to score at the moment. He's been playing brilliant. And yeah, against Newcastle, we need to score the goals. And Haaland was good against Madrid, so if he can take the chances like he did against Madrid, then hopefully we'll be fine against Newcastle. But yeah, I'm afraid we are going to need him. Hopefully we'll get away with resting De Bruyne and Stones, and even Foden, who's not on there. And there is the argument to be made. You could put Marmoush up top, but maybe Foden behind him. Foden I'm not too worried about in terms of fitness. He's always been pretty good in terms of that, despite picking up a couple injuries this season. But would you re-sign Brahim? I do respect him for not celebrating. I mean, better than what we've got currently, Brahim Diaz is obviously a good player. And I was quite happy to see he didn't celebrate, especially for the level of that goal. That goal is a big goal. They equalise it in a big Champions League game, and he didn't celebrate it, to be fair. So, credit to him for not celebrating that. Would I re-sign him? I mean, if he wanted out and Real Madrid were willing to let him go, and we were feeling it, maybe. It depends on the role he'd play, because I think we're in more need of someone further down the field than someone further up, and he occupies like a further up position. So, I mean, I'm not fully against it. I mean, he is turning 26 this year, so you could argue about the longevity of this signing, but hey, it's not a awful move, and hey, who knows? Who knows how the summer will go? Marmoush behind Haaland. Look, he's been under a bit of question recently. Hopefully, though, he gets a good game under his belt soon. Just that he's. I'd have him for 50 mil. I would 100% play him in the Bernardo role. I mean, does strike me as a player that's got a lot of energy, to be fair, and that's exactly what Bernardo is. He's an engine in our midfield, Bernardo, at least he used to be. So, I mean, yeah, you could. I don't think that would be too bad. I think that is kind of the role he'd probably fill. I think it's an interesting area, because I think he's better than Real Madrid's bench, to be honest, because that is where he's played most minutes this season, I believe. I don't think he started tons. Yeah, starting 11, he's been in 35% of their starting 11. And out of all the minutes of the Real Madrid team this season, he's played 37% of them. He's been very much a rotational bench player, to be honest. He's only got 1,300 minutes this season, which is like... Just trying to think. That's like 15 games worth of minutes. 15 games worth. So yeah, I think he'd be open to it. It just depends whether he wants to leave Real Madrid. I know his nationality now is Morocco, but for a while was Spanish. So there's a good chance that he's more of a Spanish fan of football, and so there is always that chance that he's right where he wants to be. He's at the biggest club in Spain, for all intents and purposes, up there with Barcelona. So it just depends whether he's unhappy and whether he even wants to leave, to be honest. It's an interesting one. So I don't think it's a silly claim, to be honest. I think that's a nice shout RTD had it. But yeah, Marmoush, hopefully he has a good game if he plays against Newcastle. And hey, who knows? If he has a good game and, opens Pep's eyes to something, maybe we could utilise him against Madrid as well. He has been linked with United and Arsenal. If he's been linked with those two, then I think we should definitely look. He deserves much more minutes than what he's getting. And I think our midfield is going to be rejuvenated next season. Imagine we sign Brahim Diaz and Florian Wirtz and someone else. That would be amazing. But we'll see. I think he would need to play a bit more of a deeper role, a bit more of an 8 than the 10/winger he does at the moment. But, hey, who knows? But moving on from Marmoush into Haaland. Haaland, obviously a top player. He had such a good game against Madrid. So gutted that it didn't work out for him. But, oh well. If he could turn up this game, I'll be just as grateful. Because we need to turn up this game. This is top 4 on the line. Almost. There's a lot of games to go, to be fair. After this game is played, there'll be 13 games left. So, there are a lot of games to be played. But I just think getting a 3 points here could be pretty good. Chelsea play Brighton tonight, so we'll see how that goes for them. Of course, Chelsea haven't been on the best form as of late, but they have picked it up a smidge recently. Having 2 wins in the last 5, 2 draws, 1 defeat. So, what if we went at the Bernabeu? It would be scenes, and yeah, I would absolutely love it. True miracle, I know. We'd have to have the game plan absolutely spot on. An early goal, I think, would be crucial. But I think Real Madrid would just pump us then. I think they'd just go for us. Yeah, but look, this is a big, big game coming tomorrow. Bit nervous for it because Newcastle are a very good team. We're at the Etihad. We should be winning. Correct what we did against Madrid. Get it over the line. And please, if you're winning 2-1 in the 84th minute, don't be stupid. I've seen it too many times this season now. Please don't be silly with it. So many times we've bottled good leads. I classify Madrid as a bigger game, to be honest. In the sense of who Madrid are and in the sense of where we are going, yes, but this is huge in terms of qualification for European football or Champions League football. I think we'll qualify for Europe, but Champions League football, this could be one of the games we look at the end of the season and be like, man, if only we turned it there. If only we got the win there. I think that is what this game could be. We're 5th in the league at the moment. Newcastle's 6th, only behind us on goal difference. They win tomorrow. They've got a 3-point gap on us, and their goal difference is higher than ours now because they're currently tied. Yeah, we're currently tied on goal difference, and theirs will go higher than ours if they beat us tomorrow. So we've got to be wary. We've got to absolutely be wary. So we're dealing with a top team in Newcastle. No more Buzzer FC. Sporting gives me PTSD. Yeah, Sporting was an awful day. Would you ever look at the possibility of Morgan Rogers? I mean, I wouldn't be against that. I think he's a top player, but I don't think Villa are going to let him go anywhere. I think he's right where he wants to be, and I think he's flourishing at Villa, and I don't think he's just gonna. I think it'd be hard to push him out. I don't think he's just gonna want to leave. You know, Villa are a top team now, and they play European football. Huge news! I believe I know the news. If it is to do with the major tribunal thing. A tribunal has deemed the Premier League sponsorship null and void, with an independency panel siding with Man City and deeming associated party transaction rules were unlawful in their entirety. The verdict on the PL's APT rules will be viewed by City's legal team, led by Lord Panek KC and Paul Harris KC, as a significant victory. The Premier League are now also facing legal costs of 10 million plus, and questions over its fitness to regulate. Crazy work. And we'll probably talk about that on Alpha Varka's channel. You know, I would have gone live over an emergency for this, but we'll probably talk about it on Alpha Varka's channel. I'll probably try to do a video on it as well. I'll do a video on it. We'll do 2-0, if you remember that video. But speaking of videos and streams, look, I'm on Alpha Varka's channel in 52 minutes. So make sure to be there or be square. Big ups to everyone who's tuned into this one. I appreciate the support. As per usual, support has been great recently. I think we're on... See, let me check. See what subs we're on now. So not actually sure. 1,351 exactly. So, look, thank you all for the support on the channel as of late. Onwards and upwards. Let's hope we can celebrate tomorrow against Newcastle. But for now, we celebrate this victory over the Premier League. Big ups to you all, and I'll see you all hopefully in about 50 minutes.